Let's go learn or improve our Spanish. Come on, I'll show you where and how right now. Hi, guys and gals, and welcome to Life in Huatulco. And you know that in my videos you learn about making your plans for moving to Huatulco or coming seasonal or part-time during the winter. So we're always here to teach you how. In this video we have a wonderful treat. This is our treat. His name is Nate, and a part of moving to Mexico is preparing to communicate in Mexico. So we're going to show you how to learn Spanish. Don't get upset. This is not the regular way. How to learn Spanish age appropriate and to jump right in to the level that you left off or start from the beginning. So you stay tuned because Nate's going to teach you how to keep it simple. Do it the way you need to, fast, easy, and not a big mental challenge.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me.
So Nate, okay, what's the name of your company, Nate?
Spanish with Nate.
Yes, and yeah. I am using it because I can jump right into where I never studied Spanish, but more or less I can find out where I need to start to make it better.
Yeah.
So first of all, I would like to ask Nate to show you his YouTube channel. You can see it right now.
Yeah. Spanish with Nate. Ta-da!
Yes. And I'm going to ask him the basic question of, okay, why do you think your style of teaching Spanish is better than any other out there?
Yeah, it's a good question, right? Why would I learn Spanish with this random guy from California versus Duolingo or Babbel or all the other resources that we have available to us in the modern world? And the reality is, one of the big reasons is I come from the exact same situation that you are in right now. So you're frustrated, you're confused, you don't know how to speak Spanish in the past tense. Now I've been able to get to an advanced level to where I can communicate with anyone I want. I believe in, like you had said, keeping it simple, making sure students are consistent, having fun with their learning, and actually applying what they're learning in the real world.
But you don't have to be a study whiz to use your system.
No, that's the nice thing, is realistically, you could spend, let's say you only have 5 minutes per day. You can, of course, only spend 5 minutes per day in the program. Or you could spend an hour a day. It really just depends on how much time you have. If you're spending 5 minutes a day, you're not going to improve as fast as someone who's learning for an hour a day, let's say. But you don't need to overcomplicate it.
Well, you have different levels.
Yeah, we have different levels.
Could you explain those?
Sure, yeah, so we have different levels. We have beginner, intermediate, and advanced lessons. And the really nice thing about the program is that it's completely self-paced. So we have online events as well. So we have events like live Q&As with me. We have conversation classes each week. Then we record all of those events so you can go back and watch those recordings. But the nice thing is it's all self-paced. So if you are busy, and if Spanish is not at the top of your priority list, it's completely fine. You can learn when it's convenient for you.
I also find that you have practice sessions.
Yeah, we have practice sessions, worksheets, quizzes, and arguably the most valuable part of the community is the ability to chat one-on-one with me and the other students that are part of the program.
Right. Overcoming doubts and objections.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people feel they've tried everything to learn Spanish without success. Why is your approach different? You've just said that.
Yeah.
And what if a person feels they just don't have any time to commit to this?
Well, what I tell students is if you don't have time or if you feel confused or overwhelmed by all the different resources, just go into the program once per day, like if you're on a break at work or right before you go to sleep, just go in there and then, poke around. But realistically, everything is set up in a way where you can just go in order. So there's no guesswork. You don't have to think, oh, do I need to work on this or that? It's all laid out. It's very simple.
And I think that you have sections about being an expat, trying to order your food and things.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's pretty cool. So the way everything is set up is we have beginner, intermediate, and advanced grammar lessons. So learning about things like por and para, or why we would use lo instead of le. But like you said, we also have smaller mini courses that are kind of niche courses. So a course for expats, for example, a course for people who travel a lot. We have a Mexican Spanish course. People who work in healthcare we have.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of small niche programs as well inside the academy.
Mm-hmm. I never studied Spanish, but I was here 30 years. I mean,
that'll help.
I lived in an industrial town of 750,000 people, and there were 3 adult English speakers. One was from England, and there were 3 kids.
Yeah, so you
And
have to learn.
I had to learn. I had to learn.
Yeah, and her Spanish is great, by the way.
I don't know. I want to refine it. I have a lot of people criticize my Spanish.
No, it's okay. You sound great. Seriously.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I don't know I really don't know. I think I just like a parrot. Memorize stuff.
No, that's good.
So, how do you keep your students motivated week after week?
That's a great question. I'm in the community every single day. So if you're ever feeling discouraged or unmotivated or overwhelmed, you can seriously just send me a message. It's almost like you have my phone number. You can just say, hey, Nate, I'm discouraged, I'm confused, I don't know what to do. Also, the great thing, like I had mentioned, is there's other students who can say, hey, I was in this position too, this really helped me. Because maybe I'll share my piece of advice, but you might resonate more with something that another student has to say. So just a constant community engagement. The analogy I like to give my students is that learning Spanish is often like going to the gym. The people who are consistent and have a simple routine tend to be successful because they're consistent and it's simple. But a way to help your motivation is surrounding yourself with people who are trying to do what you are trying to do as well. So if you're trying to get really fit, it's easier to do that with a friend than by yourself. Same thing with learning Spanish.
Now, do the students get lifetime access or ongoing support?
Yeah, good question. So it's a monthly subscription. So if you join an annual subscription, then you do get a pretty large discount, but it's either a monthly or an annual payment.
Okay, that
Yep.
sounds good.
Uh-huh.
I know I've never done this before, but while Fred has been sleeping, I'm very busy during the day. I've literally put my little AirPods on,
Yeah.
and been doing Spanish with you.
Awesome. That's great.
Because I pronounce it silently. No,
I love that. Thank you.
but that's the only time I can find, and that's what I do.
Sure.
But I enjoy it.
Awesome. I'm happy.
I don't know
that.
why, but I enjoy it. I didn't think I would.
Well, I'm glad. Yeah, a great thing about the program as well is that we target specific areas that students really struggle with. And one of the big ones, like you kind of just mentioned, was listening comprehension. So people say, okay, I can say some basic phrases, but I can't understand what people say to me when they speak back to me. So we actually have inside the program a 28-day course that is designed to help you more easily understand.
Listening comprehension.
Yeah, exactly. So we go
This
through
is
all.
good. Are they different dialects or?
It's me speaking in the
Okay,
class.
that's good.
So each class.
You speak very clearly.
Yeah, that's the goal. So at the start of the program, in the first week, it's a mix of English and Spanish, and we're going over more basic vocabulary. But as the program progresses, it gets more advanced. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of awesome resources in the group. Obviously, I'm biased, but I really do believe in the program.
I have learned things. Like I say, I've never had a class. I think I learned like a parrot.
Yeah, osmosis.
Osmosis, exactly. Yeah. And I go, oh, is that why they say? I'm analyzing as I take, and it makes me happy.
Right, yeah.
Because I have been butchered about my Spanish for years, and I have to take a deep breath every time I speak Spanish in a video.
You do great, by the way.
Because it worries me that, here comes the rainfall again.
Well, you know what's funny? A big problem that I see with students is not necessarily that they don't understand different grammar concepts, so things like por and para or ser versus está. Many students understand those things, but they struggle with what you're talking about, the confidence and the fear of making mistakes. But it's part of the learning process, and the community is nice because we're all very welcoming and accepting, and no one's going to make fun of you for making mistakes or looking silly.
That's nice to know you have a nice community.
Yeah, everyone's very welcoming.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
Yeah.
So if somebody's thinking, maybe I'll give this a try.
Yeah.
how will they get in touch with this course?
Yeah, great question. If you guys are interested in joining the program, you can click the link in this video description. Cindy will put it there. And you can try it for 7 days. So if you don't like it, yeah, and you're like, you know, this isn't for me, you can get a refund within 7 days. So the worst thing that happens is you try it, you don't like it, no worries. Or you try it and, hey, this is actually really great, and all's good, yeah.
Well, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you now
you
about giving us
Cindy.
this information.
Yeah.
But now I want to get personal.
Okay. I'm ready.
So tell me how you learned Spanish, because I really like your Spanish.
Thank you very much.
I may not have had any courses, but I have been here 30 years and I have not been with tourists or expats in my type of life. I've only lived where nobody spoke Spanish.
Right.
I mean English.
Right,
Nobody spoke
locals.
English. So I know that I like your Spanish very much. Where
Thank you
did you
very
learn
much.
it?
That's a great question. So I'm from Southern California. So I started, 11 years ago. I started learning in school. I took 4 years of high school Spanish, and I was one of the very few people who actually took a liking to it. I quickly realized that it was very fun and interesting to be able to have new conversations with people. So I took a liking to it, and I was pretty decent at it. I was helping, other people in my classes. I was having fun. And that's kind of where I learned the rules of the language. And then a lot of the speaking that I was doing was outside of the classroom with Spanish-speaking friends, which is a really good resource that I had access to. That many
being
many
from
people
Southern
don't.
California.
Exactly. Many people don't have access to that, which we try to solve that problem within
Right.
my program. But, so I was fortunate enough to have access to that. And then I studied abroad in Spain, actually. I went to community college, and I studied in Spain for about 3 months. And then in 2023, I moved to Mexico City.
That's fast speaking.
Yeah, and also, my girlfriend is a native Spanish speaker, so that really helps. But something I always try to tell and explain to people is that 95% of all the Spanish that you hear me speaking was learned in the United States, at home. Granted, like I said, I'm from Southern California, so there are lots of native Spanish speakers. But you don't need to move to a Spanish-speaking country in order to become fluent. You don't need to travel to a Spanish-speaking country.
No, because you're going to have the community.
And that's right.
You could be from a farm in Iowa, but you're going to have all your friends that are speaking Spanish with
Yeah,
you.
totally. And,
That's good.
Of course, living in a Spanish-speaking country like Mexico helps a lot. Of course, like in your situation, right? Like you said, you learn like a parrot or like through osmosis. But it's not a prerequisite. You don't need to do those things in order to become fluent in Spanish, because that was not the situation in my, particular case.
But I can tell you one thing. Once you're studying this, if you're not here yet, when you get here, it just clicks. It just clicks and you start using it.
Yeah.
You will remember having seen that. And
Totally.
yeah, I'm seeing a lot of progress with Fred. The
Really?
osmosis has kicked in.
Excellent.
And he sometimes, well, we can't talk bad about him anymore because he knows. His ears go, what did you say? But no, he starts speaking Spanish with the grandchildren without realizing it.
Cool, very cool.
So the osmosis does click in.
Totally.
And if you study now as part of your checklist for getting ready to live in Mexico, Huatulco, wherever they speak Spanish, when you get there, it's going to work. It's going to work.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and if you have any questions, or if you think, oh, I don't know if this program is going to be right for me, you can email me as well. My email is just support@SpanishWithNate.com. And any questions, concerns, you can just send
I'll
me a
put
message.
the link below.
Or just any general Spanish questions. Nate, why do we say this, or why do we do this? Yeah, I'm happy to answer as well.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And the name again?
Spanish with Nate. And then the link.
Spanish with Nate.
Yes, and then Cindy will put the link in the description if you're interested in checking out the program.
Did you want to tell them about your YouTube?
Yeah, I make YouTube.
I love your YouTube.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
I really do.
Thank you. Yeah, so I have 2 different channels. I have one where I speak, Spanish with people, and that was kind of the original channel I started with. And then I have another YouTube channel, which is just focused on teaching. So that's, teaching things like why we use the verb tener, or...
Oh, that must be the channel I'm watching.
Yeah, the teaching channel, which actually is probably my favorite channel, because I love teaching.
That's the channel I'm enjoying. So shall we put those links?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, everything will be in the description.
I want y'all to make your plans in an organized way, and be sure and put learn Spanish. That doesn't mean you have to have a degree in Spanish before you get here, but put it on the list and get started.
Yeah, it will help you a lot. And people appreciate it too.
The people here appreciate it.
You'll be treated differently.
Yes.
100%.
Yes, they're going to treat you a whole lot different with love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you for watching our new opportunity here for you. And bye for now.
Adios.
And now, please stay tuned. Don't shut off this video because we have some very important information, and it's important to us, and we care about you and would really appreciate you watching it because we think we're a family, right?
I'd like to ask you to help us out by being sure to hit like, write a comment, and subscribe. It's very important to help us be able to keep this content going.
Fred and Cindy moved to Huatulco in 2017. Cindy was 70. Fred was 75. They worked really hard to get out of debt. Before meeting Fred, Cindy lived in a very large, non-touristic city in Mexico, raising her son and teaching as a professor, and had her own school. She can teach you about adapting, fitting in, safety, and how-tos. And now their goal is to help you also find a wonderful, relaxing, healthier place to live in your retirement. And that's their goal that they strive toward every day. So we're here to answer your questions, watch our videos. We are not monetized. We just want you to find how this can be your goal. Life where?
Mexico. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a donation link below.
Do you need to be able to open your mail while you're away from the United States? Traveling Mailbox is what we use. They even forward our bank cards to us. It's a great service, and the link is below. Life where? Life in Huatulco.